All right, our last category, filing and remitting. So registration. So keep in mind, if you have Nexus, you want to go ahead and get registered. How you're going to do that is typically with the state. There is some simplification for the 24-member streamlined sales tax states that you could register through that organization and register up to all 24 of those with a simple form. When you register, you need to make sure you know what tax you're subject to: sales, seller's use, consumer's use, a telecommunications tax, a lodging tax, a hazardous waste disposal fee. Figure out what taxes you're subject to. You're going to have to be sure to know when did you enter the jurisdiction and when did you create Nexus. Those are going to be questions you're going to have to answer. And then how often you'll have to file is going to be really dependent in most states on how much tax you are collecting. It could be monthly, it could be quarterly, semi-annual, or annual. You might also have some prepayments in some of the states if you have very high liability. Once you register, you need to make sure that you obtain exemption certificates from any customers that are claiming an exemption. You want to be aware that once you are registered, the statute of limitations, which is the period of time within which a state can come in and audit you, starts tolling or starts running. Most of the states are 3 to 4 years. I think there's still a couple that are 5. But if you are not registered, then you usually have an unlimited. They can go back to the date that you first had Nexus in the state. If you are in that situation that you are now discovering that you should have been registered and you weren't, some of the things that you want to think about are, should you participate in a voluntary disclosure program, which is really a settlement program where you can go in and negotiate how much tax you're going to have to pay because you weren't registered when you should have. There are also amnesty programs that are periodically offered by the state. Kentucky is the only state that has a more comprehensive amnesty program that is available right now. So we've got a link for that. We've got a chart on our site. If you are registering, you want to talk to your customers, whether you're timely registering or dealing with something with retroactive exposure. Find out if your customer is exempt. Find out if your customer already paid the tax. And then remember what I said about sales tax being a trust tax, that you don't want to register until you are registered, you are legally authorized to do so, or in the process. So we usually allow companies to start collecting if the registration application has been submitted. We just haven't gotten the number back from the state.